world of... Hi, trainers. Welcome to the wonderful world of Pokemon. Tonight, I'll be your Professor Ash.
Yay! Riveters, good evening. Riveting trainers, right? As you just heard, we have Professor Ash in-house. And tonight, we are going to talk about on this flash, well, pretty much the biggest thing that's going on right now. Ash, what is that?
It is Pokemon Go. It is the augmented reality mobile game. It has been out for a week. If you have no idea what it is, you have probably seen about 5 people just walk past you playing it without realizing. Just now.
They're not tweeting, they're not on Facebook. If they're glued to their phones and they're wandering around in packs, they're playing Pokemon Go.
Not even packs.
Just what's happening.
Just if they are anything like this, they are in pure Pokemon method right now. It's a real-world based mobile game where you always heard these kids when we were 10 years old going, I want to grow up and be a Pokemon trainer. Well, they finally did it. You're out wandering the world, collecting them all. And
You're totally right. You're totally right. They grew up and then became Pokemon trainers.
Right?
That's exactly what happened. Anyway, sorry.
But it's based on actual Google Maps, so it uses your GPS and data collection for real-world locations. So right now, my trainer is sitting here pacing my apartment while I'm waiting for Pokemon to pop up since we're here doing the flash. But if I go for a couple-mile hike, Pokemon will pop up as I walk on my phone, and I tap on them, throw a Pokeball, catch them, and go. Sounds pretty basic. That's about as much introduction as you get into the game until you hit level 5, where they introduce you to things called Pokestops and gyms. Pokestops are little really cool in real world like statues or fountains or like murals in the real world that you go up to in your game. You get a certain distance away, they'll pop up on your screen and you can sit and spin them, and they become they spin, they drop items. You're at a real world location looking at this awesome art and getting free stuff for walking there. And then that's what a Pokestop is. It's a great way to get out into a park. And then gyms. Gyms are our way of connecting to classic Pokemon battling. You have a gym. It looks different than a Pokestop. It's all jaggedy, platformy. And then you go. There's 3 teams: red, yellow, and blue. And you choose a team at level 5 when you go to a gym. And either you get to claim the gym or you have to fight the gym, depending on what color the gym is claimed by for right then. And so I'm team yellow, Instinct, and there's a blue gym down the street. I walk down, I get close enough so the gym pops up, which could be a landmark, like say it's the library or the police station. The blue gym's actually the library down the street, which I'm going to go actually claim after we're done here. But I'll take my best 6 Pokemon, my strongest Pokemon I've been training for Go, and I'll battle the gym. And I'll defeat all the Pokemon that the blue team have put into the gym. And then once I defeat them enough times that the gym loses all its reputation points, I can put one of my Pokemon in. But I can only put 1 Pokemon of mine in a gym. I can put 1 Pokemon I want in every gym I defeat and conquer, but I can only put 1 in each gym. You have to have other trainers from the same team also put Pokemon into the gym to power it up. And you have to battle your own gym to power it up. So it's really, really reliant on other people to help build and strengthen and create bonds and teams. But outside of that, it's mostly getting outside, walking, engaging in community. Because for the last 5 days, I've gone to the local park down the street and have seen over 100 different people. I have not seen at all ever venture into this park. In fact, half the people I talk to are like, I didn't know this park existed. I lived in this city for 5 years. I'm like, huh.
Crazy.
And then we're sitting there, people have beers, we're just sitting relaxing, we're laying on the grass, we're all joking, we're passing power packs to each other, complete strangers like, oh, do you need a phone charge? I've never seen such a sense of community from people just hanging out in a park. Usually people are like, what are you looking at? And we're all just joking and laughing. We'll be like, oh, Team Instinct, oh, you're yellow, oh, yeah, yellow team over here, or blue team, red team, Team Valor, Team Mystic. And then we'll start ragging on each other but a little bit, but it'll mostly be like, did you take my gym? Yeah. Well, we get back in like 20 minutes, so. And it's all just good, fun humor. Like, for 20 minutes, nobody at all talked normally. We all just talked in memes for like 20 minutes. Like these, from 16-year-olds all the way up through 30-plus-year-olds. We're all just sitting there having a good time laughing in this park. And
That's wild.
any other questions right now before I just start ranting about how to ball Pokemon and the Pokemon Mute Grinder Pokemon are silent green?
No, I think it's a really great overview. I think you could probably spend a couple hours just getting all the nuance, which is great. And maybe we'll maybe that'd be great, something great to write about and talk about, and maybe talk about some strategies, like better catching strategies. I mean, there's the sky's the limit, right?
Exactly.
That was a great overview. I love it. That's so what? Okay. What do you like it? Do you see yourself playing it for a long time, or maybe the better question is, I mean, one thing I've been wondering is whether it's is it gonna? Do you think it's gonna keep its pace? Because it is exploding, right?
Right now it is exploding like somebody just chucked Pop Rocks and Mentos in a Diet Coke. And
right.
I'm waiting for the Jesus Christ, Pidgeotto just popped up. Sorry, I'm legit playing it right now.
but that's the game, right?
That's the game.
This is a great example. This is a great example of the game. Right. So got it.
But
is it fair to say that you don't think the novelty is going to wear off?
No, because Niantic is releasing more generations, but at an interval. Like right now, you get only the first generation, the first 150. Then I heard rumor and I read that they're going to release the second generation in December. And then they've got 8 generations of Pokemon come October. Is the 8th generation's getting released with Sun and Moon. And so they have, and if they spread that out over 6 months, how many years of Pokemon are they dragging out?
So one thing I just thought of is what you just said. Winter's going to have a huge. Winter's going to be interesting in Metro when it comes because so Riley, my roommate, is totally batshit over Pokemon. Like they work, they sleep, and they Pokemon. And sometimes they Pokemon while working because they're a special dog walker. And so it's like, what happens when it's 40 below and people are still like, well, fuck it, gotta go to the gym today, or.
Mostly, surprisingly, Mall of America, some of the malls, a lot of the malls are actually gyms and Pokestops. Mall of America has, like, you make a circuit of the mall, you hit, like, 40 Pokestops at the Mall of America. Campuses, universities are all gyms and Pokestops, too. So, surprisingly, we're resilient trainers up here in Minnesota. We'll find that. Surprisingly, you can hit quite a few Pokestops and gyms from your car.
Well, and how is it? So, in the tournament that we ran, and I don't know if you and I'd actually been able to duplicate this, but release day, there were, of course, all sorts of shenanigans with the servers crashing all the time.
Server needs more potato.
But we were going, us here in the house were going to a friend's moving away party, and on the way, you know, I was playing Pokemon Go, and they weren't able to catch. They didn't seem to be able to catch Pokemon while they were on the move, like at driving speed.
They've actually changed that a little bit because the other night, Didact and I went out for dinner, our late night meal at Perkins, and we were driving. I was dual fisting phones, catching Pokemon, going 60 down the highway.
So that was more server performance now.
That was more server performance, because once you have the Pokemon in the battle, because you have to be quick enough on the highway to pop it, so once it's caught in the battle, you could be a good couple miles away and you're still trying to catch it.
And that's the throw the Pokeball concept.
Yeah,
right?
that's to throw the Pokeballs and catch it. As long as you lock it into that screen, you can keep going and walking, which is great for walking as well, because once you catch it, you aren't stuck standing in the middle of the hallway or middle of a walkway or whatever. So I think that was mostly server issue, I remember from back when, because I got it evening 1, dawn of the first evening. Suddenly humans emerging from their caves, blinking. Why do my legs hurt?
There are more of us.
What is this color upon my skin? Why do my legs ache? What is this?
Why do my eyes hurt? It's because you've never used them.
Reporting that. So at my day job, I usually telecommute from this very chair. And, my coworkers in the office were reporting all sorts of shenanigans of people. I can't divulge where I work, but it's a Fortune 5 company here in Minnesota. There are, a good 1,000 people in the office building I would go into if I did. And there are people, finding all the excuses they can to peek at their phones. And, my boss is saying, you would see people just stop and tie their shoe, and he sees them just whip out their phone.
Man.
It's just nuts. I never played.
Crazy.
I missed the Pokemon generation both times. The first hit in our school I was too young for, and the second hit I was too old for. Tritus just caught the edge of it. And I've been flirting with the idea of playing, but I don't want to get into it.
If you've ever played Ingress, it is possible to put it down. The first couple of days are your worst hits, honestly, because it's such a thrill to be playing something new, and all that exercise and sunshine makes you want to keep going. But it is possible, at work, I'm not as obsessed like I was the first or second day. Maybe I'll play on my lunch break when I'm actually outside of the building, so I can get different Pokemon. Or I'll pop it and check and set it now when I'm doing something else. I just I have it in front of me and I'm only waiting for it to vibrate. I'm not constantly in it now. But it's mostly because on Facebook, Didact and I set up a couple of different Pokemon team pages, and it's surprising. We have one page has over 400 members at this point. I think we're at 450
Nice.
for just the Team Instinct page,
Very cool.
the yellow team page.
Do you get any benefits from choosing a team, or is it just more just pick a color you like and go with it, or what's?
It's healthy competition type choosing. There's a lot of slack. People do the red versus blue thing, and then there's these guys over here on yellow. A lot of people chose red and blue because favorite colors and stuff, and so it's most people. There isn't a.
Sorry, I got a team bonus or something like that, right? There's no team trait, like X team gets more Pokeballs or whatever. I mean,
no,
any number. It's just color. Okay.
It is literally, what bandana do you want? Welcome to the club, kids.
Please give you a bandana.
Right.
I actually do have a bandana. I made it myself. It's yellow
Awesome.
with a lightning bolt to represent Zapdos. But because of all this backlash of people that get a little too into the game, like you get all the really mean people and the really rude stuff, we actually formed another page called the Pokemon Go Lugia Alliance, if you remember your Pokemon 2000 movie, where it took Lugia to bring all three birds together. And so the Lugia Alliance is a great way, because we're trying to get people to pick up trash while we're out walking, go to like children's hospitals to drop lures to bring Pokemon in, help disabled people that can't actually get to some place to help them be able to catch Pokemon, to help keep younger trainers safe, like keeping an eye on kids. When you're at the park, all of a sudden you see a kid, it's not yours, but they're going to go do something stupid, catch them, stop them, and basically be the ace trainers or veterans that we are and keep an eye on the rest of the trainers. So the Lugia Alliance is mostly for, it's just a game. Just have fun with it. Be safe type page. So it's, in fact, Rin. Tritus, you know Rin. She's actually in charge of for Team Instinct. We have a subsect called the Positive Charge group, where it's be positive, be good, be happy type. She's in charge of that chapter of the Minnesota Team Instinct Positive Charge, make a difference in the world page. So she might talk your ear off about that if you mention it to her.
I'll ask her. I'll ask her tomorrow. I will ask her. I'll hit her up. We not only do I know her, and we also work together. It's a small world.
Also, tell her you found a Growlithe, but don't tell her where. She'll be so mad at you because she's like trying to find one right now.
I'll tell her it's in the bathroom.
You'll just see her run.
Well, she'll bolt. No, it was probably like the first or second day. One of the guys who started playing on our team, he comes back from the bathroom. I caught a Pidgey. What? There's Pidgey in the bathroom. What? And it just went to like 10 minutes, like weird bathroom jokes about it. Yeah, it got weird. Anyway.
But yeah, no. So
that's amazing.
So trying to use it as a positive. Question? Yeah.
Well, I have questions, but it's like I don't know where to start because it's this whole discussion made me think about so many things on both sides of the spectrum, on how incredibly positive it is, right? For so many people, it's brought so many people outside, getting them up and getting them out again, right? And building and essentially rebuilding our community because we've been so detached for a long time, right? Because a lot of us have been in our holes. We've been, doing the kind of online thing, and especially now when you have a generation that's growing up right now that is not used to interpersonal communication anymore, because they're more used to solving disputes, conflicts, or even discussions on their phone, even if they're sitting in the same room with each other. But now something like this is starting to encourage that again. Like, hey, let's actually be upfront, face to face, and let's do things. Let's catch a Pokemon together. Let's have a good time. Like, let's have an activity, regardless of what activity it is, an activity that we all commonly love, to help create that community again. That's amazing. Another thing that's amazing is that I know that I've heard of many small businesses talk about, like, there was an ice cream shop that posted on their Twitter, like, business has never been better because the ice cream shop's it's a Pokestop. And so, like, all these people, all these trainers are coming together, and then they're like, oh, hey, ice cream. And that's been great, and that's
popular Pokestop. I was there last weekend picking up D&D supplies, and the staff is totally into it. One of the guys behind the counter was like managing the other employees' phones while they were helping customers. They were like tagging in, tagging out, and like everyone else in the store like had a phone out. And then I saw this customer like toss stuff onto the counter, bolt out the door, and then come back. And I forget what Pokemon he had to catch, but that had just like popped up, and he's like, "Gotta go." Came back.
Right.
And I did see today.
Which is
Well, yeah, it's pretty funny. I'm like,
sorry.
I'm getting worn down, I guess.
Yeah.
What would you? So Ash, you've been playing Pokemon since what? Game Boy?
Oh yeah, Christmas 299 got a Game Boy Color and a Pokemon Blue.
So for someone that's never played any Pokemon games and knows a total of 3 Pokemon names, uh, what would you say the learning curve is to get into that?
I say the learning curve is give me 24 hours and I'll have you catching Pokemon faster than you would believe. Trust me, I've got a friend that is 57. He's like, I knew 3 Pokemon names going into this. I now am like at 30 Pokemon caught and about 10 miles of walking in. I'm like, you go, Dave, you go.
Awesome.
Because you
And
don't really need to
just
know.
to, yeah, go ahead.
You don't really need to know the story of Pokemon because it pretty much just says, this is the world of Pokemon. You're a trainer. You got to catch them all. And it pretty much gives you the basics of the rundown of throw Pokeball, hit the target. It's a throw and catch game. You don't have to know the name of any of the Pokemon. You don't have to know any of that. And it's pretty straightforward. It says, do you want to evolve this Pokemon? Do you want the next Pokemon? You need this many candies. Oh, I don't have that many candies. It means I have to go catch more Pokemon. And it pretty much run down. And if you don't know something, and you see somebody else playing Pokemon, they will gladly tell you how the heck to do what you don't know what you're doing.
Right. It's like the ultimate experience in fandom, right?
Oh yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
kind of crazy. I mean, go ahead.
yeah, because the opening sequence is, hi, I'm Professor Willow. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Here's your Pokeball. Now catch your first Pokemon. And the 3 starters pop up. You get to choose your first Pokemon. It's your first Pokemon. And it's like, well, this is a Pokestop. This is that. Go have fun. And then for 5 levels, you're just wandering the world, leveling yourself. You don't level your Pokemon, really, like in the games. You're leveling you. The more you walk, the more you catch, the more you get, the more you level your character up. You level yourself up. And there's little badges to earn, like you caught 100 water-type Pokemon. You walked 100 kilometers. And it gives you little incentives to do things and catch things. And you don't have to know anything about Pokemon at all. It could be catching cats for all we care for what the Pokemon are.
Right.
It's the fact that you're going out and catching and walking. So you don't really need to know the world of Pokemon to play it. So that's why the learning curve is super easy, I think.
And yeah, I would agree with, and just outside looking in, knowing the world of Pokemon, I could pop in really easily. I think Dylan, maybe if that didn't answer your question, I think the only thing I could add is that the mechanics of the game aren't all that difficult to learn. In fact, from what I've seen of the game so far, it's actually kind of designed for you to figure it out. And the only thing that you really that might make people hesitate is just not knowing the lore, and it's so easy to pick up, realistically. So I mean, I would say I would agree with I don't think there's much of a learning curve at all. I think it's really easy for anybody to pop in and get something out of it, right?
Oh, yeah. My favorite is watching the 5-year-old run around with the phone trying to hatch an egg with them, and then running up going, I can't catch it, to their mom or dad, and just mom's like, okay, now we're going to catch the Zubat, or, oh, I caught the Zubat, do you want to throw the Pokeball? And it's great, because watching a 5-year-old all the way up to this 60-year-old grandma, 60-plus-year-old grandma just sitting there going, let's do this, which reminds me of when I was a kid, and my grandmother knows more Pokemon names than my mom does because she watched it every morning with me.
Awesome. Okay. That's awesome. I have just a few things I want to just like topical pieces I want to cover on this. So like we already kind of just covered them, just talking about them. But uh, here's one piece of this. Uh, Game aside, AR is here. Augmented reality is here. I mean,
Absolutely.
this is it. This, yeah, like this is we're here now. If we were here before, we're here now. Like AR is here to stay now. So
Legit thought if Google Glass had come out today, we would have gone out and bought it just for
mhm,
Pokemon Go on Google Glass. Right?
absolutely. Like Glass was ahead of its time, and wasn't really built the way it should have been. Had it been released now, yeah, like even if it was like as it existed 4 years ago when it came out, if it got released today, it would still perform. They'd figure out a way to make it better. Like it's here. Like AR is here, and it's here to stay. I mean, even if the game doesn't stick around, which I mean I highly doubt. I think it's gonna flare up and then it's gonna kind of bake itself in, and it's just gonna have like almost any other game. It's gonna have a really consistent user base, and it's gonna do some really interesting things, especially as new Pokemon get released. But it marks a big change in like a very visible change in society. Like it's really in say what you could like or dislike the game all you want, but it has made an incredibly visible impact, and
Very
it
quick.
has marked basically really you can mark at the true beginning of AR. What? I'm
In
sorry to
very
catch
short
that.
time, too. I mean, all the stuff we've been reading and seeing has happened in less than a week. All right? I forget when the release date was, but I feel like it was less than
Well, you
I'm
were just
sorry, you
said,
cut out. I can't hear
yeah.
you.
a week. I said it's very significant that it was less than a week ago that it released. Like a lot, all the changes we've seen. Like, what was the release date? Last Thursday, maybe this week.
The official release date was the 6th of July in the United States. I know because that's my trainer start date.
So just
Hmm.
over a week. Yeah.
And
So last
and
Wednesday.
the other piece of that, that's wild. And the other piece of that is that this is not it is not only not an exclusively American thing, but it's not an American thing at all. This is an international phenomenon coming from another country completely. And any of us who are, most nerds and any of us who are been in the anime and that community for many years know that a lot of this stuff is, of course, it's all from Japan, of course, it's all from another country, but like it's kind of worth pointing out how international the whole thing is and how this one thing has had such a huge impact all over so quickly in less than a couple of weeks.
In less than a
It's kind
week.
of wild. Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, in the first couple of days alone, just massive paradigm shift, right? It's it's incredible. Like, there's so many things I want to talk about, but I mean, I kind of feel like I want to see how a few things shake out before. I want to see what happens at month one and month two because you get these wild stories, right, of a bunch of crazy little things that have happened while people have been playing Go. For example, I found this article, 10 things that are 10 unintentional effects on society. What a teenager found a dead body
Yep.
playing Pokemon Go, like searching for Pokemon. There Pokemon Whisperer Baptist Church. That's fun.
Oh yeah,
Uh, uh,
they chose the pinkest, most. They chose Jigglypuff.
yeah, it's crazy. And there's that, and then there's at least one or two gyms on the demilitarized zone in Korea, or I should say North and South Korea. They're on the DMZ. There's two gyms, I think now.
Um,
Uh,
the
kind of
Holocaust
wild.
Museum is having issues with people.
Yeah, that was a rough one. I did read today that
Yeah, that's a rough
there's
one.
a way to request gyms and Pokestops. That also leads me to believe there's probably a way to unrequest them.
And I think Niantic would probably take that one off, one of
Yeah.
their first ones.
There's an unproven rumor that one of the Pokemon showing up there was a gas-based one.
Gas
Yeah.
confirmed was coughing in the gas chamber room, and yeah,
I mean, but I mean that's and I don't want to. I'm not gonna make excuses for them, but I'm guessing that they have some kind of algorithm in place that automatically selects these locations based on keywords, and then I'm guessing that they choose Pokemon types based on those keywords as well. That's why you see fire types in drier environments and stuff like that.
and
I'm
like
guessing.
Well, and I'm also betting that it's kind of Facebook-esque where it's algorithmic driven, but probably manageable because, like, there's no way the WBC1 was an accident.
Right.
Like, they have to have some control over it, or they would be seriously in just dangerous territory, right? Like, if
Yeah.
like you said, in classified areas, in like they interviewed a couple of, I guess a big theme is churches equals gyms. And so they had these people that lived in former churches, as in Google Maps may still have them as churches.
Oh.
And
Yeah, that's
showing up
happening.
on their lawns like playing Pokemon. And
Yeah, until you walk out the door and there's like packs of people just there. Yeah.
so I'm kind of excitedly expecting to see how a lot of this works out because I think there's going to be a ton of that in the coming months. Just because there's no way a game this massive can't be fairly automated, and then there's also no way that an automated, large, massive game like that can't be rife with problems like we've seen, and doesn't have
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, because there's so much nuance, right? I mean, like today, there's a guy who was in the middle of a firefight, and he stopped it in the middle of it to catch a Pokemon and then resumed. Not any current active service military members, but like, it was on Twitter. Like guys in the middle of an actual firefight, puts machine gun down, catches Squirtle, takes machine gun back up, sort of situation. Whether he was in an active like getting shot, I don't know. But what I do know is there is a Squirtle and a heavy machine gun in this photo at the same time.
that should be funny.
Yeah, it's like it's like the Squirtle is like it's not standing in front of the machine gun, but it's. But anyway, there's like these just crazy, interesting situations that are happening. I'm curious to see how it goes. But there's another piece of this. Not to get negative on it, because I think it is a very positive thing. But there's good and bad to all things. But I wanted Red to touch on this. What?
This is the part where I get to rain on the parade.
This is the part where you get to rain on the parade. So one negative side of this, at least so far, and this of course depends on what Red was about to say. I want to talk about some of the security issues that are going on, some of the ideas behind why this is a big deal. So Red, please take this away.
Well, there was one of the first issues security and privacy-wise that Pokemon Go had was on iOS only, apparently. It was notifying users that it was requesting full access to their Gmail accounts. Now, the app does not require full access, and Niantic's official statement on that says just that. And though for a while they were requesting it, they were not utilizing it, according to them. And honestly, I believe I feel like they gain nothing from farming their emails. But that said, just to function, Pokemon Go requires a lot of access to a lot of your data, specifically GPS location. I promise you, between Wolfpaw, Didact, Riley, everybody I know that's been playing this hardcore, 9 can plot everywhere you've been for the last week and a day.
Yeah.
And that's part of the cool part of the app, but it's also part of a security risk. Like, I'm a PSN gamer, right? Tawny's been hacked how many times? Like, I've lost count. They've been hacked a lot of times.
Yeah, it's more than I can count on one hand, that's for sure.
It's I've been really flirting with starting this game just because I know so many people that are having so much fun with it. And then my InfoSec side kicked in, and I'm like, I can't, like, I need to buy a new blank device to create a throwaway Google account to even feel comfortable, like, using it. Because,
if you can get a burner smartphone, right?
yeah, I mean, but I keep asking myself, like, what am I willing to invest in this? Because I use my actual phone and my actual Google account. I'm putting a lot at risk. I'm putting Rivet City at risk. I'm putting a lot of my personal life at risk. And I'm just, like I said, I never got pulled into Pokemon. So if I choose to start Pokemon Go, like, I'm starting from there. Everybody I know that's playing right now are longtime players. Ash has been playing forever. Riley's been playing forever. Didak's been playing forever. Rin. Like, I can just scroll through my
people, yeah.
You had a Game Boy Color. You had a Game Boy Color. You had a Game Boy Color.
Yeah, it's the same story. Like I've played almost every Pokemon game that's come out.
Yeah, but the biggest risk that won't go away is that if 9 gets compromised, your data is at risk. And bottom line, they're a game company, not a security company. So, well, I believe they're to be pure or purish. I mean, I'm sure they're getting some marketing pizzazz out of it. It's a freemium app, if I understand it correctly, right? I can download it for free, sign up for free, use it. If I want to spend my own money, I can use it better. But bottom line, game company, not security company. Upside, I also see this from a application posting perspective, and it just brings a tear to my eye. Like, when I was scrolling through my Facebook feed on the first day of release, and all I saw was Solid bitching about how servers kept crashing. And I was sitting there going, man, what a wonderful thing to have. We made an application that's the first of its kind, and the demand was so high, so far beyond expectations, yet we're just getting obliterated.
It just got crushed.
Like, I once told Didact, in the same spirit, I said, if you can crash RivetCityLimited.com with legitimate traffic, I will buy you a steak dinner anywhere in the fucking city. I mean it because, from someone in our profession, like, we pride ourselves on building solid infrastructure that cannot be taken down. And then to be defeated just means that we must rise above it. And so, like, man, like, that potato meme was pretty hilarious, but it'd be an awesome feeling. With Red, please architect and a highly available environment that can bolt into multiple cell phone providers and deliver the first augmented reality game to the masses. Like, what an amazing technological feat, and how awesome.
Yeah.
Like, props to whoever's behind that. Like, hopefully in multiple countries all over the world. Yay.
Right.
You guys had to work with mobile providers. I had a small experience trying to host an application and collaborate with Verizon Wireless, and it was an absolute unmitigated nightmare. I have no idea how any mobile app developer gets anything done with any of the cell providers based on that. But, yeah, way to go.
Right. Awesome. And, yeah. it's how do I'm this is kind of gonna skip this subject around a little bit, but Ash, or Whoopa, how so the app is free. Is there any like purchasable content on the game, or are there any ads or anything like that?
There aren't any ads right now. There is if you can see that, the Poke Shop, where you can
Yeah.
where you can buy Poke Coins to buy the Pokeballs and incense and Lucky Eggs and stuff.
Okay.
So you can spend real money, or if you can.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That
I
was that was what I was wondering.
like I have heard rumors that they're going to add ads. I haven't read that article yet to see the confirmation on it, or if it's just another rumor. But
Hmm.
I've heard every rumor under the sun in the last
Sure.
week. But as of right now,
I yeah.
it's
I've just been.
uh,
This is pretty. I mean, for that being the only thing that you have to pay for, it's pretty incredible that a free game did this, right?
and the best
Maybe
part.
maybe that's half. Maybe that's half of it. But
But the other funny thing is about those Poke
what's that?
Coins, you don't have to buy them.
Hmm.
There's a way to earn them for free in the game.
That's awesome. That's how it should be, right? I mean, that's crazy. Wow. Yeah, there's so many pieces of this I want to touch on. I would love to touch on more of the society impact, the health benefits of everybody being running around and really, uh, annoyingly exercising, running like walking, speed walking 5 miles a day, sort of thing.
I
It basically saving Nintendo.
I do
Anyway,
have
sorry.
one that even Didac commented on me. Is I'm an introvert. I get overwhelmed by humans. But he literally
Hmm.
commented, like I said, 100 plus people at a park. Normal introverts, like that many strangers, that much like people trying to talk you to all at
Hmm.
once. Normal introverts were like, whoa, what the heck is going on? But he was like, you
Right.
aren't getting overwhelmed by people. You aren't getting your people crush at all. And I'm like, I'm not at all. And like I've seen other people that have the same problem saying the same things. Like mentally it's helping. Like the mental health. It's been a
Yeah.
week and like
Yeah, there's so many. Like I've seen so many of our friends, even just our friends, but plenty of people out there also. But speaking to the context of our friends, people who I know who never like who have a lot of, just don't like being around a lot of people or have been having some issues lately in their life or whatever. I mean, it's really been giving them like, hey, I'm really feeling like I'm getting outside and feeling good again, and interacting more. And that's awesome. That is so good. Um, Getting people out there and communicating, and I'm happy for you that makes you feel great. That's awesome. Uh, cool. Okay. I mean, I feel like we could talk about this game all night. Um,
8 hours
cool. Is there
later.
anything anybody wants to add? Right.
We're
Is
not.
there anything anybody wants to add?
None of us can have anything I think that's going to overshadow this story for the week. Like I had Link's bookmark before I remembered that Pokemon Go was coming out, and I just
Yeah.
don't feel like delving into them because no one's going to watch. Like once the
Yeah.
Pokemon Go's done, people are shutting their video off for this week.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly it. So I mean, that's cool. That's all I plan to talk about. So get on your respective mobile device store. If you want to check it out, check it out. You know where to find it. Search Pokemon Go. Otherwise, I think that's it for this week for us. Get out there and catch them all.
I am streaming tonight. Wolf, are you
No
going to
streaming
be
tonight.
working, or are you in Pokemon Go till like 4 in the morning?
Um, I am going out to Jellystone tomorrow in the morning, so I'm probably gonna hop on. I'll play with you for a while, but then I'll go out at 2 in the morning again to go out Pokemoning. Not a lie, Didact and I went out till 2 in the morning the other day, catching and claiming gems.
If Didact's going to be around, we have two options for a stream tonight. We can pick Destiny back up if he's expired all of his salt, or we can do, Borderlands pre-sequel, new request there.
There is never an end to his salt. What are you talking about?
True that. Bottomless pit of salt.
Salt. All the salt all the time.
He is a salt
Didact
mine.
salt partner.
All these flavors, and he chooses salty.
Can we just call him Salty Didact from now on?
All right, trainers,
Love
have
you.
fun, be safe, and remember, once you find them, catch them. Releasing is an option. And be safe. Look both ways before crossing the street. Don't poke and drive. And remember, it's just a game.